Previously on Ladies of Darkness. These are the first 4 that we have identified that definitely have some kind of demon presence there. There's one in Berkeley. It's weird, Dorian's there.
Man, I want to spend time with Oracle.
How do you know he didn't also want to spend time with Nina? Fuck you! Don't be so presumptuous!
Okay.
A new story, a new start. Though still not for the faint of heart, a family haunted by gushing lungs, they fear what is yet to come. The demons arrive, cans in tow, to uncover what they've yet to know. Memories and dreams are not their allies. Yes, soon our heroes are in for a surprise.
So you are at the home base trademark, aka Nina and Doris's apartment, for a meeting.
Oh boy.
For your next, I guess, mission, we can call it. The next thing that you gotta do.
We gotta earn our keep.
The next arc. And so Nina has the map kind of laid out, and she I guess gestures you over, and she goes, okay, so the next place that you're going to be going is Berkeley, and she points to the map where there's this big lake. What's been happening there is drownings, pero not at the lake, on land, and...
That sounds pretty unusual, alright. Just, in my professional opinion.
That's definitely not how humans work.
No, not the last time I checked.
At this point, Charlie busts into the room. Oh God! I overslept, I'm sorry.
Hello, Charlie.
She, trudges over to a nearby couch, flops down into it, and is like, so what I miss? And then she puts her head in her hand. She's got, really bad bags under her eyes.
Oracle hands her Daniel.
She blinks a couple times, and without even looking at what was just put in her hand, she curls it under her head like a pillow, and then her eyes close.
Well, there she goes.
And then she starts back up again. She's like, whoa, no, I'm awake. What's up? What's going on?
You're going to Berkeley Lake because people have been drowning on land.
And that's not normal.
It's not? Oh, okay. Her eyes start fluttering closed again.
I should tell you that it's only been one family that's targeted, so I think that would probably make your job a lot easier.
I'm presuming we can find them.
I hope they're not doing any dates.
What?
Because last time we had... Didn't we have to track down specific people? And they were on dates?
Blinks and she goes, anyway, this time, I actually need some help, following up with something in Jacksonville. So I am going to be taking Dorian. You can have Doris as, I guess, a ride, pero I need his help.
Oh, that's a shame. We were just getting our fake dating thing down.
Dorian, looks at you and looks at Nina. No, that's not even remotely true.
I did say fake dating, darling. Sweetie buns. Honey dumpling.
Sweetheart, not in front of others.
Listen, you know I'm a very affectionate person. And then I burst out laughing, actually, as Vel.
Charlie just starts snoring.
I was under the impression that every single time I start laughing, it is also Arakiel laughing.
That would be a little, I don't know, like
disconcerting.
Scene, that would be very worrying.
Well, I mean, like, not always, but, when it seems like it would work in the moment.
I laugh at a lot of things that Valwa would not laugh at.
You cannot look me in the eye and say that Arakiel is not a giggly person.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, Nina just, kind of watches this, joking around going on, and she goes, okay, well, I'm glad you guys are having fun, but people have died, so I don't really think this is, a laughing matter.
Yes, of course, sorry.
Sorry.
Just trying to make light of a terrible situation, I suppose. Continue.
I'm sorry.
So, basically, it's just the Vanderbeck family that's been targeted. Maybe somebody's after them, I don't know. But that might be a good lead.
Okay, Vanderbeck, we can find them.
And, like I said, I know none of you guys have a car, and that's how come Doris is going with you. Besides, water and stuff, that's, her deal. And Doris is, in the kitchen cooking, and she goes, I'm sorry, I heard my name. Yeah, you're going with them. Oh. Well, I guess I can take a couple of vacation days. And, yeah, if you don't want to do anything else in this dumbass room.
Well, I think we should get our stuff together and get on the road.
Oh, actually, could I take a moment?
I guess.
Okay, what I want to do is, while we're still here, does Nina, have scrap metal or, scrap parts around?
Yeah, she's got tons of scrap parts.
Alright, hot and cool. Could I, try to make a weapon really quick?
Really quick? You can try.
A speed weapon. A very speedy weapon. Sorry, that was me pulling my character sheet from out under my laptop. Okay. So that's a... Oh, fuck, sorry.
I was gonna say Charlie starts awake again. Oh, God. What? Why am I holding a gnome?
That's your new friend. Say hello.
Please be careful with him. He heals. But not himself, just other people.
Oh, okay.
That's a little sad.
I'm looking at this inanimate gnome, right in the eyes, and I'm a little creeped out.
What? No,
Hi, Daniel, was it?
Daniel winks and says, "Hey, don't wear it out."
Ah! I
Daniel
drop
does
him.
not
No,
do that.
I'm
Daniel
joking,
does
I'm
not do that.
Daniel can't talk.
Okay.
Daniel's just a gnome.
It's just Arakiel doing a silly voice 5 feet away.
Okay. I mean, Charlie looks over and her eye is twitching and she's got this horrified look. Oh, sorry.
Arakiel is trying very hard to look innocent.
I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been getting really good sleep lately.
Yeah, we can
no.
tell.
Really yawns. Anyway, we go right?
Yep.
Drowned people. Yeah, I heard that part.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need some, melatonin or something?
What's that?
It helps you sleep.
Oh, well, not now. Now I need to be awake.
Well, we have to drive over there.
Oh.
Yeah, you can sleep in the car.
Okay, I just...
She gives you...
Sorry.
She gives you some melatonin and you hop on in the car.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
right.
Cat! I wanted to make the weapon!
Okay.
Okay, it's stamina and crafts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a decent roll. 3, 6, 6, 7, 10.
Okay. You make a kind of shitty rushed weapon.
That's okay. I just like to have some on hand.
What kind of weapon is it?
I think Oracule's still been trying to make that vacuole sword because they don't want her to ask them to do it anymore. Because vacuole makes them nervous.
Okay. It's a slightly curved sword.
That's okay. That's okay.
Like a scimitar or just bent wrong?
It's a scimitar!
Just bent wrong.
Awesome.
Looks like someone stepped on it.
Great.
They try their best.
Not nearly as bad as the lead pipe, but
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Charlie loves the lead pipe, though.
Yeah, Charlie would. That seems like a very Charlie thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he had a flaming lead pipe?
Oh, God. Actually, you know what? Can I, give the slightly shitty sword actually to Valuel, now that I'm thinking about it? Because, she doesn't really have any weapons.
I've always wanted a sword.
A slightly shitty sword.
Slightly shitty sword.
This is the best I could do.
Oh, no, sweetheart. It's fine. It's very pretty. I might actually display it. As an art piece. I think it would be very nice. I mean, I'll use it, probably. But when I'm not using it, it could be an art piece.
Well, I suppose that's not the intended use, but that's a very creative way of looking at it.
Well, sometimes
think
art
that's great.
is not what we intend.
Exactly. I think.
But yeah, you guys, after, I guess maybe about an hour or so, reach Berkeley.
Can I do a quick aside for Charlie for the car ride? Okay, so she's asleep, and pretty much immediately upon closing her eyes, the image of her mother appears, and there's no words, and everything seems in slow motion, but she's saying something, and then she just starts to fall backwards, and she's falling, and just keeps drifting further and further away in slow motion, downward, and then she hits the bottom, and the whole world around Charlie shatters like a broken mirror. Lines cracking through her psyche, and she startles awake about 10 minutes before you guys get there.
Charlie, are you alright?
Oh, God, sorry, I had a...
Yeah, when you start, you, rattle some of the cans around in the car. It's
Why do we have cans?
It's worth noting that Doris's car is filled with trash.
Yay! Well,
What
we're
are
in
they
it.
cans of? Like tuna?
Like
No,
Coke.
like
Cans
Coke.
of beans? Oh.
Like soda cans.
I was thinking
No, she's not eating uncooked beans in her car.
I don't know why that's what I was picturing, but you did. I thought you meant cans of food.
No.
Some canned artichoke hearts.
Shake my head.
I mean, yes, but also soda. Anyway, Charlie goes, sorry, just another dream, I guess. I have been having a lot of those lately.
Dreams.
They're like movies in your head.
No, I know the concept.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes
getting
we do ask
really
very
sick of them,
silly
honestly. Vacuole throws in.
Oh. Hi,
Oh.
Vacuole.
Hello.
It's immediately uncomfortable.
She's denying our body the rest and reparation it needs, and I wish it would end.
I don't think she's doing it on purpose.
Do you need a melatonin?
Melatonin.
Don't know what you're talking about.
No, neither do I.
All right. Anyway, I'm up now. I'll be fine. I hit my second wind, I guess.
Somehow, I really
This isn't D&D. Get the fuck out of here.
That's an actual saying. It didn't come from nowhere.
Yes, well, now I have had a short rest, and...
I have spent 2 hit dice to restore my... Shut up.
But no, you are at Berkeley Lake right now, and boy, oh, this place looks, expensive.
Oh, good.
Man, these fancy digs.
Where are we staying? I mean, presumably this will take more than one day, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, man, life is a highway. I've got to ride it all night long.
That sounds great. You should write that down.
Yeah.
What is a highway?
It's a road.
It's the fancy road that goes very long.
The very long, big road.
The long, yes. Like an aqueduct.
No, it's very much not like an aqueduct. Because it is a road.
Well, an aqueduct is a road for water.
And, shit instead of people. Hey.
Yes. I suppose it is.
So very much not like a road at all. Aqueducts are, I mean. Anyway.
Do you think there will be sand here?
I mean, some sort of sand. It is a lake.
I'm very excited. It's been a very long time since I've worked with sand.
Well, I think we should probably get started trying to find...
The responses. Well, okay, anyways.
Anyway.
Charlie's just like, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere.
Man, we're killing it with these references tonight, y'all.
I can try to move the sand if you'd prefer.
Well, then what's gonna keep the lake in the lake part of the place? Think about it. Like, if there's no sand, the water's just gonna go spilling everywhere.
There's always a way.
Oh, okay.
You guys are having this conversation as you are entering further into town.
Clearly, none of us are in a very good place to start this investigation here.
Yeah.
I'm just loving that the team is bonding. We need it after the last arc.
But as you kind of, go into town, there is a funeral procession.
Yep. That's probably who we're looking for.
And across the street, you see 2 familiar faces. Hey, it's Nikki and Cecil.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Raquel.
When isn't it Nikki and Cecil?
Raquel, do you have any fruit
Yes.
cups?
Why? What is a fruit cup? Is it a cup of fruit?
Oh, never mind. You had to be there.
Oh.
It's okay, I'm not in on the joke either.
I think that happens often.
Okay. So, presumably, we need to get to know whoever it is are becoming the victim of these drownings.
Yes, it would behoove us to.
I'm gonna recommend that we don't exactly confront Nikki and Cecil. That just never seems to go well.
I believe that step 1 would be to confront those that are immediately involved.
Right.
And then we can draw conclusions from there.
Yep.
Okay, what was this family's name again?
Vanderbeck.
Vanderbeck. Alright, I think that's all the information I need to go undercover.
Charlie
just gonna-
has the most charming people skills.
Undercover as what?
Well, alright, listen, I just need plausible deniability if anyone's like, what's this kid doing here? Oh, gee, ma'am, I'm just a friend of the Vanderbeek kids. I came by because I'm really sorry about your loss. That's like all I need.
Well, here's something maybe you haven't thought about. What if they don't have children?
Then I run real fast.
See, my plan was for us to pretend to be reporters. But if you want to go try that, go ahead.
See, that doesn't work because I'm a kid. They're gonna be like, what are you doing with this little
You're an intern.
small wonder here? Oh. Okay.
That's a brilliant plan, actually. It's better than most of the plans that we come up with.
As it turns out, Doris is a much better detective than Dorian.
It turns out, actually, looking into investigations like you probably should is better than, being on TV. But,
The cleverer detective.
Well, I guess let's get this underway then. I reach into my backpack and pull out a newsboy cap.
How did you just conveniently have that?
It's a fashion statement.
What
I've
does
been
it
looking
say?
for a
What does
reason
the
to wear
statement say?
It says I'm a newsboy.
Maybe from the 20s?
I think it's a very charming piece of cloth.
It says extra, extra. Read all about it.
Does it actually say that?
No.
Oh, I thought you
It's
had it
just
talking.
like a-
Oh, okay.
It's just like a leather cap.
All right, well, let's get going.
Do we want to confront the funeral directly, back off, or interview the police?
I feel like going directly to the family when they're in the funeral procession here would probably not be the best option. I feel like that would probably make the family angry.
Okay.
So we should
Police it
probably
is.
ask the police.
Hi, it's me, Kat, the storyteller, and I'm here with a word of stuff from me. Kat, we've got social media. You know this. We've got Tumblr, ladiesofdarkness.tumblr.com. We've got Twitter at Lodwad. We've got that Lodcast hashtag, but did you know? You should probably know this by now, but did you know that this show is funded by fans like you, or maybe exactly you, depending on who you are? It could be either. And if you want to donate and help us reach our next goal, which is to get better equipment and better programming, I guess, you can either send in a one-time donation at our Ko-fi, that's ko-fi.com/lodcast, or Patreon, where you can become a patron, and we've got several rungs of things that you can get from that. Our Patreon is patreon.com/lodcast, and if you donate, your name could possibly be used as a character, as a corporation, as really anything in the show. For example, Kim Lastark, Kim and Morgan's last names last arc, and in this arc, the Vanderbeck family. They've all got one name from one of our patrons, their last name. I'm really excited about this arc. It is smack dab in the middle of the campaign. So after this arc, we'll be in, like, I guess the second half, you know, getting wind down. Then after that, after we're all done with the campaign, we'll move on to vampires. Wow! Vampires, you might say. And to which I would say, yes, vampires. But I'll let you get back to the episode. Have a good time listening to that mess. That's insulting to both me and the women that I work with on this show. Okay, I'm gonna stop putting my foot in my mouth. Wow. Are now at the police station. It's a pretty normal police station. There's some detectives like hanging out at the the front desk area. Like, yes. Well, here's my thoughts on the case. Detective work.
One of the detectives picks up his coffee, takes a sip, and goes, freaking fuck, that's good.
Yeah, that definitely happens.
Yeah. It's Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, he doesn't say it that's good if it's Dunkin' Donuts.
I like their
Excuse
coffee.
me?
Anyway.
It's okay. You can be wrong.
I see how it is.
Sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Sponsored by Krispy Kreme. But yeah, you are here.
Cool.
Nice.
Can I just take a look around and see if there's anything that stands out?
Yeah, sure. Do a perception and alertness
Okie
roll.
doke. Let's see, we got a 1, 9, 7, 8.
Ooh.
Okay. You kind of, I guess, overhear the name Vanderbeck on like one of the cops' lips. So they're clearly talking about that.
Do I have to roll to see if there are any like pamphlets in here?
There are pamphlets in the fucking
Pamphlets.
Great. I'm gonna grab some pamphlets.
Of course you are.
I'm gonna go up to a secretary, I guess, like one of the people at like the phone lines or whatever, and I'm just gonna say, "Hi, I'm Charlie Mason. I'm working for the Atlanta Times. I have come to interview some police about the Vanderbeck case."
She like looks you over and she goes, okay. You're a little bit young, aren't you?
Well, I am just an intern. My boss is over there. I like flick my head back towards Doris.
She like waves and pretends to jot something down on a piece of paper.
You know how it is. I get to do all the legwork, you know.
Oh, I know how it is, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll get Detective O'Reilly over here.
Thank you very much, man.
And in like a minute or so, kind of like a portly gentleman with a huge mustache comes over, and he goes, "Alright, you wanted to interview me about the case? Can't tell you everything, but I can tell you what we know."
Yes, my boss is just, back this way. And I, lead him back to everyone.
Alright, he follows you.
I'm just the intern, guys.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Sophia or Tamara to say something before I do anything as an NPC.
Okay, I mean, Arachio
This was all a
looks
ploy to get Kat to talk to herself.
Yep.
Again.
Arachio looks very awkward, and like they are not a reporter. They are looking at pamphlets.
Well, God, I don't know if it'd be weird if there were like two reporters. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, alright. There's two reporters, I guess. I'm gonna pull something out of my pockets, I guess, that looks like I'm a reporter.
Get a steno book and a pen. Always have one.
Are there like free notepads anywhere?
Everybody has a notepad and they're writing it down.
Yes.
Or you could just yell at Charlie, like, "Where's my pad?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I left it in the car."
Yeah, I'm gonna go in with Charlie and just be like, "Oh, there you are. I take my eyes off you for a second and you run all over the place."
Well, you asked me to get the interview. I got the interview. Sorry, boss.
That's fine, as long as you have the interview and everything's set with that. Now you have all the information. I mean, we know who we're looking for, correct?
Well, wait, we had information?
Oh, no, the name, silly.
Oh, Vanderbeck.
Oh, great. Okay, I'm glad you remembered, because I didn't remember.
There's been a string of murders, or...
That's
I'm
it,
sorry,
right.
what are we doing?
Oh, don't worry about it, dear. You can look at your pamphlets.
Oh, alright.
Anyway, murder.
The detective is like standing there and he's just like,
we don't know it's
what about
murder
it?
Yet, boss.
Well, that's true. I mean, but it's so much more exciting if we call it a murder.
This whole thing again. This whole spiel again.
oh god.
It just gets the more papers
Alright.
sold, okay?
Doris like shakes her head and she goes, "I don't know about you, but I'm for integrity in journalism."
Well, you don't sell as many papers as I sell, darling. That's why I'm the front page. Anyway. This is totally a performance, by the way.
Yeah.
I shoot the cop a look like, you see what I gotta deal with?
So I understand that a lot of people have been dying under all these unfortunate and very unusual circumstances. Are you sure it isn't murder?
We can't rule out anything just yet, but the Vanderbeek family is being targeted, primarily, Claudia's children. Well, they're adults
the
now,
children.
but...
Oh, is it primarily financially motivated, do you think?
Who's to say?
Oh, the cops are coming, actually.
Yeah, my mom chose this very moment to take in the trash cans.
Got a little
Love that.
ambient noise. Anyway.
ASMR. ASMR, Sophia's mother dragging a garbage can over a gravel driveway.
He goes, we're not too sure about that yet, though I don't think anybody really has much to gain murdering her children so much as murdering her.
Could it be a way of, like, psychologically getting to her?
Well, that's a theory, but, I mean, she's very old.
Ah, okay. So, there's no motive, presumably.
Not one that we can figure out
Not
just
to
yet.
step on anybody's toes. Do we know how many children she has and how many victims there are?
She has, 5 children, 2 of them have died from this, but all of them have been attacked.
Perhaps she's a life insurance claim out on her children. That would make sense. I'm like rattling off theories to myself, like in front of this
what
cop.
way were these people attacked?
Oh my god.
Well, I'd say attacked because that's really the only term we have for it. It's more like they just spontaneously started coughing up water.
What location were these people at the time they were attacked?
Various locations across town.
Is there any pattern?
From what we can tell, not yet. Other than they are related.
What time of day did these attacks occur?
Usually late afternoon, early evening.
Okay, so that is one kind of commonality. Is that the only thread that connects them?
We keep pausing for the exact same amounts of time.
Yes, those are pretty much about it.
Can you give us some of these locations and maybe we could speak to someone there?
Yeah, hold on. And he goes and he gets kind of like a small map of the town and puts a couple of red X's on there.
Good place to start.
Yeah, sure. Now it's time to do some legwork, I guess. If there is no more information you think is relevant or important that we know?
Well, David is the head of the family, currently, so you can try asking him about it. I don't know how keen he is to share details about his brother and sister's death, but it's always a good start.
Well, thank you for your time, officer. We appreciate it greatly.
He, like waves to you and goes back to work. Wow, dogs.
Wow. Apparently this county's police force solves around 80% of the murders that come in.
Only 80%?
That's a very That's not a very good thing to put on a pamphlet.
Sounds like they got one hell of a drug dog unit over there. A bunch of rowdy boys.
They're very excited about drugs. Well, at least we got that over with. Sorry I had to be a little rude to you, Charlie.
That's fine. I liked it. That was good. That was a good... It's a good con.
I'm getting a little better at this, I think. It's all that hanging out with Dorian.
I love it. The thing about lying, some details makes it more believable. Too many details, you're like clearly building a framework for yourself.
True. Well, I'll take that into consideration.
Okay, yeah, now you've got this map with a bunch of X's on it.
Alright, so, we should head for one of the X's.
A couple of them appear to be in a neighborhood. One of them is at a park. And then another one is at a library. And another one is at a house, like, kind of far off from the rest of them.
Okay. So they're all in public spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, aside from the ones that are homes.
I mean, that wasn't specified. That you meant like in a neighborhood. I like was picturing them on the sidewalk or something.
No.
Okay. All right. So that rules out that thread of possibility.
The sidewalk lead.
Listen, no, like
the sidewalk
in
swimmer.
public.
The sidewalk drownings.
If it was like out in public for all of them, it would have been like, oh, they're trying to make a statement or something. That would have been like a whole other deal.
I mean, I mean, is that what we think the demon is doing?
No, but I'm just trying to figure things out.
We also have that David guy we could talk to.
Yeah, we could talk to him. What do you guys think? Should we go check out these places first, or should we try and talk to David?
I think we got a lot of ground to cover. I think we should all go see David together, but maybe we fan out first and each check out one of these locations.
So first going to separate locations to check out the X's.
Yeah, and then we get together and talk to David.
Okay, well, what time is it now?
It's about 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. So, let's go check out these locations, and then at 5, reconvene, try and get a hold of this David person.
Oh, actually, I think I might be able to help.
Yes?
Okay, so, Kat.
Yes.
I leveled up Lore of
Yes,
the
I know.
Path. I'm now at 2 dots.
Let me try and find it.
I think that means I can make paths
I
now.
think so, yeah. Instead of just, like, being able to see that they are somewhere.
Instead of just knowing somewhere out there there's a path.
Yeah, you can lay paths.
Oh, nice. Okay, can I roll to lay a path?
It's not something that can be done in spur of the moment.
Oh.
It says that explicitly.
Alright, how long is it gonna take for me to lay a path?
I do not know. Hold on.
What does it mean by not spur of the moment?
It means you can't just decide, hey, I'm gonna lay a path.
Well, then what's the fucking point of it being a game mechanic? Is it just like the DM decides, hey, now's a good time for a path to be laid?
I guess. It's also visible only to the malefactor.
Oh.
And remains a number of days equal to your permanent faith.
Okay. I have 3 permanent faith. It lasts for 3 days, like the opposite of Jesus.
Well, that's what we all are.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the distance of the path is equal to the amount of time that you have to spend making it.
So, 3... what?
Game mechanics are hard.
It means that, like, if you want to make a really long path, you're gonna have to spend longer making it than one that's just from, like a small shortcut.
You know who's made a lot of paths all across the city? The city planning board.
Yeah, there are things called roads.
Okay, but do you think Arakiel has any kind of understanding about how to get around in a town? Arakiel looks at a map and just sees a bunch of drawings. Arakiel does not see street names.
I could probably find you. Like, he could probably hunt you down.
Okay, well, here, why don't we give you the easy one? This one's a park. You'll know it because it'll be grassy and have lots of open space.
Yes. I can definitely do that.
Awesome.
Okay. Alright, let's split up and check out these areas then.
Alright, what about
were
the
other ones?
The one was, there was like a couple in like a neighborhood, and one was in a house further away from the neighborhood, and one was at a library.
Okay. I'll go to the library. Because I like libraries.
And I guess I'll take the neighborhood.
Okay, I'll take this straggler.